Hey, it's Coach Chris with HoopsKing.com, and I want to introduce to you the Big Shot training basketball. It's a 33-inch basketball, so your normal size men's ball is 29.5, women's 28.5, and a junior is 27.5. So this is bigger, and what it's going to allow you to do is a couple things. The first one is the Big Shot, okay? So it's for shooting. So we're going to work on having a better, higher release, because now the rim's actually gotten smaller. This is going to be a harder basketball to put into the basket, obviously, because it's bigger. So it kind of works in the same way that a rim reducer works. You'll have people get rim reducers, and they're kind of, you got to get a ladder out, and you got to install it and all that hassle. Or you can just take the Big Shot, and you have a bigger ball instead of a smaller rim, and it's the same effect. You're going to have to put more arc on your shot to get the ball to go in consistently. Now, the second thing this ball will do is develop confidence. Because when you use this ball and then you switch back to the regular ball, that regular ball is going to feel so much smaller, you're going to feel in so much more control of it, that mentally it just gives you that edge. It just feels easier. It makes things feel easier. So if you train with this ball a few minutes a day even, if you do it for your warm-up shooting, we'll show you some dribbling, some passing. Once you go back to your regular size ball, whichever size ball that is, it's going to be a confidence builder for you. And again, it's only going to take a few minutes, and it will build your confidence to the point where, oh man, this is so much easier to do. The basket's bigger when I shoot my regular ball now. It's easier to make shots. All right, now we're going to develop the Big Shot. We're going to work on shooting drills. And the way I would recommend you use this basketball for the most part is this form shooting. Do things close into the basket so we're not compromising any form or anything. As soon as they start running to the three-point line with this, I'd take the ball away. We're going to start in close, and we should start in close with any basketball. We want to start in, build that form, proper mechanics. Even the pros do it. If you go to an NBA game before the game starts, you'll see Steph Curry out there, Kobe Bryant when he played. They're starting 2 feet from the hoop. They all start there, and then they work their way out. They don't go run to the half-court line and start jacking shots from there. Okay, so we're going to start with just basic warm-up drill here. She's just we're going to work on swishing the ball, and we're going to work on perfect rotation. And we'll see, again, it's going to be more of a challenge now. That rim had just got smaller. All right, we can start in the middle here. There we go, good rotation, swish. There we go, good. All right, now let's just move to the right here. And now what I like to do is work on a bank swish, okay? So she's gonna bank shot this, and she has to swish it off the backboard. And it's gonna, again, teach them to shoot up high on the backboard. Not too high though, it'll be the same spot for the most part that you would a regular ball. But this is a good way to build our shooting habits, good shooting habits. Just start in close. Have your kids get a partner in a ball and just do this for warm-ups. Okay, let's go to the left side. We're going to bank some there. Again, how many you do? Well, it depends on how much time you want to spend on it. How much time you're going to spend on shooting. I would spend at least about 5 minutes doing this. Different things. There's different drills you can do. Okay, get it up there on that board. Oh. All right. Now with shooting, one thing I want you to come away from watching this video is the swish mentality. I want you to have a mentality that every time you shoot the basketball, and I don't care what basketball it is, what size it is, you're going to swish the shot. And that, if you have that mentality, your arc you will consistently develop an arc that is right on. Okay? Because if you're not swishing shots, you're probably not shooting with enough arc on your shot a lot of the times. Okay? Now with this ball, you're going to have to put arc on it, or you're just not going to make many shots. Okay, it's a bigger ball, you're not going to get it in the hoop as often. But if you develop the mentality, I'm going to swish this ball every time I shoot it, and then when I switch back to my regular ball, I'm going to switch that ball every time I shoot it, you're going to become a much better shooter. Okay, and the second thing we're going to work on with shooting the basketball is rotation. We want this spinning end over end every time, because that will suck the ball down into the basket. If we have rotation like this, the ball's going to go flying out of the rim. So the two keys I want you to come away from this video is to swish every shot and to have perfect rotation. If you can do those two things, we keep it simple. We don't get all complicated about lots of different mechanics and techniques and all those sorts of things. You're going to be a good shooter. Okay? Because sometimes coaches can make shooting too complicated. Okay, there's too many things to remember. You want to keep it simple for kids so that when they're playing basketball, they're catching the basketball, they're shooting the basketball, and they're not worried about how they're shooting the basketball. Now, I'm not going to get into mechanics on this tape, really. It's not what this tape's about. There's plenty of tapes out there. We rent videos on how to shoot the basketball. We sell videos on how to shoot the basketball. Jason Otter's Perfect Jump Shot's a great one. Gannon Baker's Shooting and Triple Threat video. Those are two of my favorites that we have on our website. I suggest you check those out if you're looking to really work on your mechanics. Our Daddy, Daughter, Father, Son workout video has a 30-minute section on it where I take my son through a progression of learning to shoot the basketball as a third grader. So that's another great video you can pick up and really teach your child the proper mechanics the right way from the beginning. But with that said, you know, each kid has a little bit different shot. You know, they're built differently, they're physically different, and each shot will look a little bit different. So you're just going to try to keep some of the main mechanics in there and then let each kid have their own shot, how they shoot the ball. Okay, because basically Steph Curry has blown up how people shoot the basketball. I mean, he shoots the ball in ways that you would never ever teach somebody to do. And you have to realize and maybe mention to your kids is that Steph Curry is a professional player who is the best shooter in the world. And he's gotten that way through lots of practice. But to mimic him, he's not at level A. Steph Curry is a Z. He went from A to Z in his shooting progression and becoming a great shooter. Most of the shooters we're talking to here are at level A or B. And you don't want to try to jump to level Z where Steph Curry's at. You got to go back and start at A, B, C, D and work your way through before you're going to be able to do some of the crazy things he does. Okay, so you might want to mention that to your child if they think they're Steph Curry and they're going to go out and start launching 10 feet behind the three-point line, that they need to start at level A where Steph at one time started to get to level Z. Okay, let's get into it. One question is, what do you look at when you shoot the basketball? Well, there's different philosophies. There's so many different shooting philosophies. You know, everybody's got a philosophy. But here's some different ones for where to look. Now we're going to do that ring drill, and we're going to focus on the rings on the rim. So that's one thing a person can look at when they're shooting the basketball. I've always kind of tried to find the front of the rim wherever I'm at on the court. And I found it's actually easier for me if I look at the back of the rim. And I do like the back of the rim. If I'm coming up short on my shots, I like to look at the back of the rim and I quit coming up short on my shots. So it varies. So if you can look at the front of the rim, I guess what you can do is if you can adjust to where you're looking. So if things aren't going right one way, maybe you can make a change where you look. And that'd probably go against what some coaches teach to do. But if it works, hey, do it. Some other coaches, I know they'll say, oh, look in the middle of the rim. And I hear that and I'm like, I don't know where the middle of the rim is. I can't see the middle of the rim when I'm shooting inside there. I can see the middle of the net kind of where that would be. So again, there's just so many different philosophies. I think most people probably say look at the front of the rim. I do look at the back of the rim. I never did that while I played, more as I coached. Just messing around in the gym was like, hey, that thing, I kind of like doing that. You get tired shooting free throws. Your kids are coming up short shooting free throws. Tell them to look at the back of the rim, and I'll bet they aren't short near as much on their free throws. So we're going to bring Kira in here now, and she's going to do the ring drill. We're going to go around and try to swish one at every spot. We got a little sun in our eyes here, so we may just go about halfway. So she's really focusing her eyes in on one ring right now. Okay, so as we're doing the ring drill, we're going around the rim where the rings are. So this one right here above me is going to be my first one. So come stand right here, Kara. You're going to start right here and try to swish like that on that first ring, and then we'll just focus on the next ring. We'll take a step over and just keep moving around. There's a swish. Now we'll move to the next one. And again, you can make it 2 swishes at every spot. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. But again, we're going to have a swish mentality, and we got to make sure that's a swish. Okay, make sure it's a true swish. Don't let kids catch rim. That is a swish. All right, that's good. Let's work our way back now. We got the sunshine in our eyes. Otherwise, we would finish it out that way. But you can work it around too. You can go all the way around, come all the way back. Okay, we're working on that rotation now too. That had a little rim. There we go. And again, what we're really training here, that had rim, we're really working on focusing when we're shooting and finding a spot. And for this drill, if you're going to teach your kids to find the front of the rim, I guess I'd go for those rings. Okay, that was a swish. And a little back rim. It's going to be tough with this ball. It's going to be tougher to swish it. That's a swish. Okay, so that's the ring drill. Teaching you to focus on a certain spot while you're shooting. So our next drill is going to be another form shooting progression. We're going to start in close. She has to make a shot, then she takes 1 step back. If she misses 2 in a row, she's got to step back forward. Okay, so we'll just start in here about 5 feet away. We're going to work on the form shooting. She's going to make a shot. She takes a step back. Right? If she misses 2 in a row, she's got to come back forward. And again, our swish mentality, we're still trying to swish. What this will do is test your range. You'll find out when you can't make shots consistently at a spot where your range should be. Okay, good. Got another one there. Okay, she got it. She's almost back to the 3. It's a pretty good range, this ball. Ball's going to be tougher to shoot. All right, now let's take a step back up. And we're going to continue. Go ahead and go again. And what you'll do is you'll kind of figure out what your range is. So now she's back to where she was. And we'll figure out what her limits are for shooting the basketball. And this one's going to be harder. Obviously, your range is not going to be as good shooting this big basketball. Now let's take a step back up. Bang. Okay. Now, just I would say, you know, if we do this drill every day, it'd be different. But just for right now, I'd say her range with this ball is somewhere around 17 feet. Okay, that's where she consistently hits. When she moves back, it's a little more of a struggle. Now we can keep working with this ball to try to extend her range, you know, beyond that 17 feet. And if we work at that, then when she gets to regular basketball, well, now her range is even going to be greater on the court. Now you can use the big shot also. Besides shooting around from outside, we can work on our layups with it. Because again, it'll teach us to shoot the ball up high off the backboard. So many kids miss layups because they shove the basket, you know, they almost put the ball right between the backboard and the side of the rim. You need to get the ball up high on the glass, and you're going to be forced to with this ball. Okay? So here we go. Kara's just going to work on the mic and drill. And again, this is really going to test their left hand here because it's bigger. Now lift your leg up. I want you to lift your leg up. We're not sliding. Okay? Go right up. There you go. And a shot like that. So you're going to develop a soft touch on your layups. You're going to have to get it up high enough. There, we didn't get that one up high enough, so it came out. Go ahead and keep going. I'm going to push that ball up. And again, we're trying to swish. So let's see if we can swish some, Kira. Get the ball up a little bit higher so it comes down into the net as a swish. It won't be easy, but if we challenge ourselves, then when we go to the regular ball, it'll be much easier. Okay, let's just throw the regular ball in there quick for you. And she'll feel again how easy small that ball feels now. And how easy it should be to make shots now. Raise your leg up. We're going to get each high up. We're going to power up into the shot. That's one thing when you do the mic and drill. We want to lift those knees up into our stomach and learn to go up strong with the shot. We don't want to stay flat-footed on the ground. We want to go up strong. Okay, good enough. All right, So now let's just progress to a regular layup. So let's just dribble the big shot, Kira, out and just shoot a normal layup. We'll do an overhand layup, and then we'll do an underhand layup. Okay, let's go ahead and go. So we'll go overhand, we'll get the ball up on the glass. Okay, got to shoot it just a little bit softer, a little bit higher to get this ball to go in. Going to challenge him a little bit. Tough bounce. Again, the big shot's 33 inches. There you go, that's better. Okay, let's go underhand now. See if she can kind of extended layup. It's called an extended layup. Okay, one more. So you can work on some different layup drills. Okay, good. Okay, so now we are doing the big shot basketball on the IC3 rebounder. And I just wanted to show you this is a great rebounder for home use. We have these on our website. If you're ordering in the continental United States, 48 states, we will ship it to you for free. As you can see, the ball is returned to you. It captures makes and misses, and the big shot will fit through here. That's one advantage of having the 33-inch basketball. You know, I think the 33-inch basketball is plenty big enough, oversized enough. There's some out there on the market that are 35 inches, and you know, those are almost too big because they'll get stuck in nets a lot. And again, it's almost too big. You can still get the confidence and the feel with a 33-inch ball versus 35-inch. But you can see here, she can come out here all by herself and work on her form with the IC3. Does all the rebounding for you. And she can get up a ton of shots here in a short amount of time. And if we added a second basketball, it'd be even more. Okay, Kira, let's step back to the free throw line. Now we're going to add 2 balls in, and I'll just throw the other one up into the net after that one comes through. Okay, so I throw that one up. Now she's got 2 basketballs coming at her. And of course, you can, obviously the regular basketballs as well. But now we're just getting up a lot more shots, a lot faster. Now I'm just going to show you one more drill with the IC3. Again, we're just going to use the big shot here. We're just going to go elbow to elbow, and I'm going to show you how, when I practice with Kira, how I rebound for her, and we really pick up the intensity. Instead of letting the balls just roll back to her, we could use 2 basketballs here. I'm just going to use 1 because of the distance. It should be fast enough. But a lot of times we use 2 basketballs, and I'll just fire them out to her. So I kind of become the passer, and this rebounds for me, and I don't have to go around chasing a bunch of basketballs. Okay, so we're just going to go elbow to elbow. Wait till I get the ball back before you go to the next spot. There you go, good. It's a bigger ball. Some of them are going to bounce out further away. There you go, good shot. Now if we're using 2 balls, this will be quicker, but again, I usually do that with 3-pointers. We'll use 2 basketballs. This is a little bit closer proximity. Just step right into it. All right, now, the big shot, you know, everybody thinks of oversized basketball as just for shooting. Well, it's not. You can use it for dribbling and passing. That's what we're going to run through real quick here, is just some basic dribbling drills. So Kira, go ahead and start some pounds. And now she's getting the feel of that big ball. Just do 10 each side, and then switch and go to some crossovers, betweens. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to throw the regular ball into her, and it will feel so much easier to her. She's getting used to this, feeling that big ball now. Okay, let's do another thing we do. Clear, close your eyes and do that stuff now. Go ahead and same dribble, just pound the ball and close your eyes. So if you want to make dribbling harder, you know, you can just close your eyes and get the real feel of the basketball. It's a great way to challenge yourself. You know, we also sell basketball dribble goggles if you want to use those with your team. But if you got a kid who's a little more advanced, or just tell them to close their eyes too. You know, that works well. Okay, let's stop. Now switch balls. Here we go. Get right at it. Now, she feels that basketball. That feels so much smaller and lighter. Mentally now, she feels that's easy. She's got confidence, more confidence now, because that ball is smaller and lighter. Well, it's not really lighter. This ball is the same as a men's basketball for weight, but the women's is a little bit smaller. All right? So, you can do the dribbling drills with these, and again, they'll feel more in control of the ball that they're actually using. So, just a couple minutes of this dribbling. Okay. You can also use this for passing as well. So we'll just go two-hand chest passes, and just going to get the feel of that big basketball, because you'll probably have young kids who are going to struggle even throwing their regular basketball. We'll just step to the right now. We're stepping around a defender throwing the basketball. I'm getting good rotation. We'll go left now. We're working on our left hand. That'll be a challenge for you. And it depends what age group you're working with. If you're working with 3rd and 4th graders, you may not want to break this big ball out for passing drills, or it depends on what level they're at too. Some kids will be able to do it, and some will really struggle, and they probably should stay with the ball. All right, let's go bounce pass. Okay. Hey, we're getting the feel of that ball. All right, now go ahead and grab that ball, Kira. Watch our confidence go up here when this little tiny ball comes in. This thing feels like a rock, man. It feels easy. Chest pass. A lot easier now to move this ball, or left hand. We'll just go through some progressions here. Let's go right hand now. And smaller. It's easier to control this ball. My bounce pass. My confidence goes up because this thing's easy now. All right, now you can just go through those real quick. Give a 30 seconds on, 30 seconds with the regular ball. Mix it up a little bit, and you'll just feel that control that you have over that ball. You'll realize it's much easier to control this ball. Again, the Big Shot Oversized training basketball is not only for shooting. That's going to be probably your primary use, but it's great for ball handling. We did some dribbling drills in there. You can do 2 balls at the same time. If you do 2 ball dribbling drills, we did passing drills. We could incorporate 2 basketballs into those passing drills we did as well. But just want to give you an idea. This is not a master plan to use oversized training basketball. That's for you to come up with how you best think it'll work with your kids that you're working with. But, you can use layups, outside shots. If you got older players, you want to progress to that 3-point line, you can take them out there with this ball, to work on their arc as well, because they're not going to be able to make shots without getting the ball up, not consistently. They may slop one in now and then, but they're going to have to shoot this ball up into the air to get it into the hoop. Be sure to visit our website. We have shooting aids, dribbling aids. We rent over 900 DVDs to coaches throughout the country. So even if you're a parent, you can rent these DVDs and you can learn so much about basketball, how to run a practice. You can watch the best coaches and the players run a practice. We got the IC3 rebounder up there if you want your child to get up many more shots. We can have it all. We have everything that you need to become a better basketball player and help your child become a better basketball player. So make sure you visit our site, sign up for our newsletter so you're in the know. And please check out our YouTube site. We have over 500 videos for free on there you can watch. Our Facebook fan page, become like our page on Facebook, so that's where you're always going to know what's going on. We do communicate with a lot of our fans on there. So go to YouTube, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, follow us, like us, subscribe to our channel, and you'll be knowing what's going on with HoopsKing.com. We appreciate your